part of that did you not understand? Just posting my link everywhere. Give me one moment. This is the whole I was tempting you if I had a fucking license. That's what pissed me off. You're now upset with me because I don't have a license. It's like, I'm sorry I don't want to fucking drive. Almost everybody that drives where I live literally got their license at a fucking clown school. I'm already a nervous enough passenger. I don't ever want to drive. It's just that's another reason why most guys don't want to date me is because I don't have a license and I don't know how to drive. It's like, I'm sorry? I am not 100% independent. Grow up and get over it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm pissed and I'm streaming, so, you can fuck off for a few hours. My phone needs to charge anyway. Which means I'm gonna be in the dark. On chat, I'll have to check between each match to leave the window. Or alternatively, you can join my Discord. I can make myself not do not disturb, and you can just message me in there. Because then I'll, actually hear. Now you're pushing me when I don't want to talk anymore. Obviously, since I haven't answered you and I haven't even read your messages, that means I'm not interested right now. Please leave me alone.
Hey, I respect the guy who knits. It's pretty cute. Focus. Oh, what do you care?
Yeah, Phoenix, why are you being such an asshole to Omen? Omen did nothing to you! If my mouse would work properly, this wouldn't be a problem. I'm just gonna mute this person. He's so gross.
down A. Last player standing.
Wow.
Spike planted.
I'll outshine all their ladies.
Reloading. Their fears betrayed them.
Spike down A.
Where are you? Mark 2.
Spike planted.
Bring them down.
One enemy remaining.
We cannot let them unweave our world.
They're in for a rude awakening. I need this.
There. There. Enemy spotted B. I'll find you.
Spike down B.
Mark 3. Spike spotted B.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
The spike is here.
My ultimate is ready. 5 dead.
Last round in the half.
We cannot keep our goods after this. Spend all. Stay safe. Where are you?
Spike down B. Last player standing.
You had your fun. My turn.
Switching sides.
Sage, the life you give. Do you ever wonder what it's taken from?
stop being stupid.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
I have this.
The MVP is mine. Let's do this.
Kids these days, when will they grow up? Probably never in a society like this. Apparently, society now promotes being abusive to your partner and, mutilating yourself.
Here.
Why don't we go plant on the other site instead of trying to get through to this site? It'd be smarter, but no.
I'll find you.
Fucking hell.
Someone's B.
I have the spike.
Spike down B.
I have the spike.
Last player standing. Thirty seconds left.
See ya.
Match point.
Stand tall. We are valiant.
It's not really that hard for other people besides me to actually use the fucking sniper, so it's not really a good job. Because everybody is able to use the sniper but me. So,
Reloading.
I'll find you. Goodbye.
One enemy remaining.
New fight, new tactics, keep it fresh, yeah?
to be completely honest, I don't know anyone who actually really truly, likes being hit, who likes being abused, so I don't know. Maybe it's a weird, stupid fucking kink that that everybody likes nowadays, but is actually really bad.
Where are you? Marked one.
Oh, for fuck's
Spike
sake, that is
down A.
ridiculous.
Headshot. Hi! I'm pissed! Lock the site.
One enemy remaining. Sudden death.
Let them try to get through me.
The childish stupidity of people who play Valorant. I really truly think I'm like a 70s or 80s baby stuck in a 2000 baby's body, you know? A 70s or 80s, you know, person who's trapped inside a younger body. That's really what I feel like, to be completely honest, because like I swear everything that my generation and younger believes in and likes and dislikes are like completely different from me.
I'll find you. Mark one.
I'll spike it down.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
Wow, okay.
Defenders win.
Shouldn't have been using your abilities because they were literally right there in front of you. Fucking right there in front of you, and you're using your fucking abilities instead of shooting your gun. How dumb are you? Oh, I forgot to post my link. Oh, fucking well. I'm busy. Can you look? Just... Obviously, if I stop talking to you, that means that I would like to be left alone for a little while.
Match found.
Let me come back to you when I'm ready. To send messages over and over and over and over and over again drives me nuts. I like something in between. I don't like over and over and over and over again, but I also don't like, you know, being ignored for over 24 fucking hours with no concept of understanding what's going on. Something in between would be fucking nice, thank you. This is already gonna be a weird lobby. Fuck my life. Also, like, my phone is, like, almost dead. Like, it's literally at 48% on the charge. It got down to, like, 45%. It needs to charge. Like...
Another mission? Good. Anything to keep me awake.
Over there. Reloading. Reloading.
Healing over here. Turn out.
Breaking them. Over there.
Terminated.
Wingman's planted.
Reloaded.
Spike planted. Thanks, Wings.
Mark
Healing
one.
over here.
Reloading.
Healing. Hawk out.
One enemy remaining.
Here. Keep that focus. More of that, and we're out of here.
Reloading.
hope this one's exciting.
Reloading. Heal up, squad.
Dizzy's up top. Wingman's gonna plant spike.
Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade.
Spike. Thanks to the man.
One enemy remaining.
Don't worry, friends. It hurts, but I'm good.
Healing over here. Out of healing.
Instinct only goes so far. Still covers sight.
Where are you? Marked one.
Placing sentry. Here. Hawk out.
Okay then.
Player standing. Last round before the switch.
How did she kill me with no... Okay, I was about to say, how did she kill me with no damage? Like, that was kind of stupid, because it showed that she did no damage to me, yet she killed me. And now it's saying she did 160 to my fucking head.
Hawk out. Blinded. Reloading.
I'll find you. Mark three.
Destabilizing. Stopping
My
fire.
ult is ready.
There, take them.
Mark four. Bring them down. They're blind with fear.
Last player standing.
Fucking hell, I hate the blinds. Like, what the fuck, man?
Plant the spike, Wings.
30 seconds left.
Spike planted. Thanks, Wings.
Joke's over! You're
Get out of my way.
Switching sides.
Make their fear your weapon.
Or use a gun. Whichever.
can keep them out.
Where are
Placing
you?
alarm bomb.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Alright, homie, chill.
Gun here.
We'll go again. Damn, you love being here. Like, way too much.
Gun here. Time to hunt.
I'll find you. Sleep. Take hold.
Spike down B.
Hawk out. Blinded.
One enemy remaining.
Reload.
That's going to leave a scar.
Match point.
They look like us, but are they us? So many questions. Time to hunt.
Where are you?
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Take hold.
Fire in the hole. Blinded.
Right there.
I'll find you.
Placing sentry.
Marked one.
30 seconds left. Defenders win.
I don't have that again. Fuck. I feel that Reyna on the enemy team. Or not Reyna, but Ray's. Wrong fucking R name.
How many times must we turn her away? I'll find you. Last player standing.
Oh, come on.
Spike planted.
One down.
Where Phoenix may feel immortal, I shall remind you just how mortal he truly is.
Where are you?
Fucking cheater.
Enemy kill.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Spike down A.
Cage triggered. I can't see them yet. I can feel them getting ready.
Joke's over! You're dead!
It's you and me.
Enemy spotted.
I'll find you. Last player standing. Spike planted.
No peeking.
Last round in the half.
Spend everything. Hoarding money is useless now.
My mouse work, please. Thank you.
Switching sides. Match point.
Cypher, just tell me where they are. I'll do the rest.
Here. You fought well.
I'll find you.
Enemy spotted B.
They found my wire.
Yet P.
Planted the spike.
Fucking hell.
Last player standing.
Copper. They found my wire.
Defenders win.
There are matches like this where I don't win any of them and then I don't get any checkpoint marks. So maybe Spike Rush is better after all because it guarantees I get at least 2 every single match.
Match found.
fear.
Someone's in attacker spawn.
Our spike's down.
Reloading.
Spike
I
down
have the
B.
spike.
Excuse me.
Last player standing. Spike.
Ah!
One enemy remaining. I have this spike. That's planted. My ult ready. Stealing sight.
Reyna! Damn! Even I couldn't keep up. Do what you gotta do, Reyna. Spike drop. I have the spike. Blocking sight.
Get back.
Spike planted. Go get him. I'll find you. Mark one.
You disappoint me. Last player standing. Enemy spotted A. One enemy remaining. They're nothing to me.
Reloading.
They are mine.
Mark, bring them down. Spike is down.
Spike down A.
Where are you? Mark one.
Last player standing.
Fucking hell, come on!
One enemy remaining. Seconds left.
Stealing sight. That was fun.
Last round before the switch.
We lose everything after this. Spend it.
Oh, for fuck's
Last
sake.
player standing.
Hush, my ultimate is ready.
One enemy remaining.
Still in sight.
30 seconds left.
You forget your place.
Switching sides. Match point. Exactly. We are doing very well.
Fade? Shut up. We are 1, 4, and 5. We are not doing very well. Our team is doing well, but we're not. So shut up. Excuse me.
Let's watch this struggle.
I'll find you. Marked one. Last player standing. Bam.
Thought it was behind me, but whatever.
The enemy only looks composed. Their hearts still a different story.
Would be nice if I had like a better like makeshift desk because this binder is not working no more for some reason. I don't know why the sensitivity is not working like it usually does, but whatever.
I'll find you. Spike planted. Last player standing.
I feel the strain. Block it out, Omen.
Spike down A.
The hunt begins.
I'll find you.
Fuck.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Oh, come on! That was stupid. And you know it, Valorant. You know it. You know that was stupid.
Cutting their vision. Did you really expect that to work?
Defenders win.
Face the breathing.
It's my last match anyway, because I only needed 5 more checkpoints, so you know. They want to get mad at me and tell me to stop playing the game. Well, I'm done playing the game because my dailies are done. Fuck. Oh, that hurts. Yep. No. Fuck. Fine. One more game and then I can switch to something else, which will probably be Dead by Daylight because that's what I usually play, so.
Match found.
Everyone is a threat.
So. Whoops. Oh well. At least this is definitely the last one as long as I can win. As long as my team can win 2 rounds out of the potential 9, it'll be fine. And then I can stop playing. All we need to win is 2 rounds. If title fight, whatever, you know, pick a damn agent. I guess they don't like the Abyss map. I keep forgetting to change my card.
Woodworking class tonight in the mess hall. Nimble hands, nimble minds.
Reloading.
Could I not lag?
Spike down A.
Reloading. Drop in a smoke.
Last player standing.
Their guilt is flames
Blech.
hard to get. Alright, I'll play.
Gun here. Gun here. Reloading.
Breaking down.
You couldn't kill us. Now they're dead.
It's one round.
Reloading.
Need at least one more round. Then they can dominate us all they want.
Take control.
Because I really don't want to play another match after this unless somebody wants to play with me. I do have 4 spots open, so.
Dropping smokes. Enemy spotted B.
Where are we?
Enemy spotted B.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy spotted B.
We'll catch them.
Planted. Have one of these. No peeking.
Last player standing.
Fucking mouse!
Last round in the half.
If my fucking mouse would work, this would be so much better. And you see, I'm just tapping it. I'm barely touching it, and it's shooting off bullets. Why is that not giving me that? Stop it. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Jesus.
Breaking. Destabilizing.
My ult is ready.
Dropping a smoke. You disappoint me.
Where are you? One enemy remaining.
Okay, at least I don't have to play another match after this one. Fucking hell. This fucking mouse.
I didn't bring a snack. Did anyone bring a snack?
It's driving me nuts. It's charged? I don't understand why it's not working. I mean, I can put it back on the charge after my phone is done charging, but... It's driving me nuts.
Where are you? One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Oh my fucking god. I am sick and tired of one-tap headshots. I'm done. I'm tired of it. First-person shooters need to get rid of that. That is unfair. One-tap headshot? That is so unfair. Literally the most unfair bullshit in the history of unfair. Bullshit. To literally make it where somebody cannot retaliate in any shape, way, or form, that is so unfair.
Where are you?
my god, are you kidding me? That was literally on at least his fucking chest.
Last player standing.
Neutralized.
One enemy
Stand
remaining.
aside.
They have courage, but no one is immune to fear.
So everybody's gonna go to B site when they know they're gonna go to A site. Really?
I'll find you. We'll catch them.
No distraction.
Spike planted.
Breaking them.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Are you serious? I pressed the fucking button.
Don't rush me.
Like seriously, that is so unfair to make it where somebody cannot shoot off their own gun. Isn't that the point of shooter games? You're supposed to shoot each other, not just one person shoot the other? I would think that's the whole point of a shooter game. You're supposed to shoot each other. That's why there's 5 people against 5 people. But apparently not.
Find you.
Again! Monster on the loose!
Spike planted. One enemy remaining. Don't insult me. You will expect us to work. Sudden death.
What do we learn by fighting ourselves?
There's no way I got a headshot on the arena. That's not. I don't do that. That doesn't ever happen to me.
Where are you? Spike planted. Last player standing.
it's the last one and I can switch to Dead by Daylight, which I'm slightly better at. But because it's something I do after every match, I had to do that. Just while I'm opening Dead by Daylight. Finally, the music stops like it's supposed to. Hmm. What? Dead by Daylight is running? Like, what the fuck? It's not running. Okay. It's not supposed to be running. Didn't I already help you, Connor Kent? Yes, I did. I've already done that. Somebody is snoring really heavily in this house. That is so odd. I haven't played Dead by Daylight since last night. And I exited out of it. I quit it. Like, I don't understand why it's already being played. Like, do I have to update the fucking Xbox app in order to... Oh. So, no, I don't have to do that. But for some reason, like, what... Oh. I don't get it. Why is it not working? Okay, now it fucking opens. Okay. Weird. I can't tell if that's my uncle snoring or if that's the American Bulldog snoring. Holy shit. you're gonna do this again. Yes, Dean Winchester roleplay account. You are allowed to follow and you are allowed to follow it. What are you doing? Yes. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Anyway, yes, Dean Winchester roleplay account. You are allowed to follow my Scooby Doo OC. Because I mean, there is quite literally a crossover called Scooby Natural, and there is an episode of Supernatural literally called Scooby Natural, where the brothers and the angel Castiel get sucked into the world of Scooby Doo. Specifically, the 14th episode of Where Are You? A night of fright is no delight. But unfortunately, one of their real monsters, one of their real ghosts from their universe, went in there first. It's an interesting idea. I've never seen the episode, but I actually wouldn't mind watching that episode. I kind of got over my like super hype of Supernatural when I was like 20, but I would enjoy going back and watching, at least finishing, rewatching, except for episode 13. I don't like episode 13, but rewatching and finishing season 1 at the very least. Because I was so bad. I was so obsessed with Dean and Sam and the show and everything that I watched almost every single episode except for the fact that I never finished. I never finished the freaking episode. Like, I never finished the first season. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, broken piece. Hmm. There's actually 3 of them that I would actually like to have there. But alas, I can't buy that. I guess I will play the 2v 8 mode because I didn't really get to experience it.
That thing is using tunnels. You better stay clear if you want to live.
So I guess my main is an escapist. Oh, pink color. Interesting. I can't see that. I'm not supposed to be an escapist. I don't know. I never escape. I didn't get to fix it because I didn't know how to fix it at first. I don't know how to do that. I should be guide because I like to do generators. I did not know how to fix that, so does it give like automatic things? I'm confused. What am I supposed to do? A blight and a hillbilly? Are you kidding me? I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? I'm so confused. What am I doing? I don't understand this mode. Someone help. Shit. Well, I got two of them, right? I don't know what I'm doing though. I am so confused. What is going on? This seems very killer focused. This seems very killer killer easy, to be completely honest. Oh, fine. Really? I feel like the 2v8 is very killer oriented. I don't think survivors can survive at all. Also didn't help that I had the escapist one, which is not me. And if my mouse could not be stupid. Oh my god, are you kidding me? You do see this shit right now? Oh my fucking god, my mouse is just not working at all. Okay. Oh, hi. I would go play normal mode because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I'm confused as hell. But I don't think anybody is playing normal mode. Um, I got my challenge. I'm gonna turn challenges off, but like, I don't know what I'm doing. I legitimately don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I might stop because I don't know what I'm doing, and I would rather be in like a party with people who understand what that game mode is. I don't know. My brain is just not comprehending it at all. Semiotic keyboard? Oh. Hmm. I'm just reading these because, like, I mean, I am a xenomorph main whenever I do killer. The xenomorph is my primary main. So, acidic blood. Hmm. I mean, it is a very noble goal, but can be very distracting. Self-destruct bolt. Oh, that's the thing that she pulled up and then pushed down. Okay, that I was wondering what the hell that was. Okay, that would be if I'm trying to chase. Keyboard. Its symbols are designed to be universally recognizable, but they take some getting used to. Oh, I already read this one because it's the 60 meters of turret have intensity of their ores determined by the repair progression. Emergency helmet. An extra helmet on the bridge for use in emergencies only. Increases resistance to staggering from turrets, but 35%. Kane's helmet. A thin layer of glass was the difference between a minor inconvenience and the tragic destruction of the Nostromo's crew. Survivors hit with the tail attack are mangled for 70 seconds. I already read that one, technically. The xenomorph molted many times as it rapidly grew on the Nostromo. Its shed skin was a constant reminder of its presence. After deploying a turret, the deploying survivor suffers from hindered and exhausted for 3 seconds. Multi-purpose hatchet. Equally useful for destruction and repair. Survivors hit by a tail attack suffer from hemorrhage. That would probably pair well with this one, I guess, because it's tail attack. So that would pair well with that, I guess. Parker's headband. A bold fashion choice that doubled as a handy way to wick sweat from the eyes. After exiting the tunnel, gain 5% haste for 3 seconds. Oh, that's Ash's innards. I was wondering what the hell this yellow one was. It's funny that they have Ash's innards. While hardier mechanical beings break too when enough force is applied. Turrets take 10 seconds longer to respawn after they are destroyed. I like that one. That one would pair well with, which one is it? This one probably, increasing resistance to the staggering of it. Brett's cap. This Nostromo ball cap was fashionable but severely limited his vertical field of view, so it's blinding the survivors. Crew headset. While they facilitated team communication, the constant chatter made the crew easier to track. While in tunnels, footstep detection is increased by 10 meters. Interesting. Lambert's star map. Vital for interstellar travel, but not as useful on a smaller scale. Decreases the flame distance of turrets by 2 meters. Interesting. Light wand. A portable light source used by Ash and Dallas while looking for the invasive creature. Mostly ineffective for lighting larger spaces. Increases downtime of turrets by 1 second after exiting a tunnel. This one is what I was wondering what the hell it was. Cereal rations. Contains 100% of the recommended daily intake of vitamin A. It tastes awful. Turret auras are visible while in tunnels and when coming out of vents for 3 seconds. Okay. Drinking bird. Oh, that is... I've never actually looked at all of these before. So it is epic that they have the drinking bird. One of the many... I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm just going to call it a drinking bird. Littering the Nostromo's living quarters. A bit of whimsy in an otherwise sterile environment. After exiting the tunnel, killer instinct duration is increased by 2 seconds. Okay. Ovomorph, of course. It looks harmless, but the horrors held inside are immeasurable. The cooldown of crawler mode is 25% faster while outside of tunnels. And Ripley's watch. On a ship as massive as the Nostromo, synchronizing watches was important to keep track of work shifts. When a turret removes crawler mode, it is destroyed automatically. Oh, I like this one a lot. I don't care if it's a common one, and it's not just because it's Ripley's watch. I like the when the turret removes crawler mode, it is destroyed automatically. I would pair that with Ash's innards, which would take it 10 seconds longer to respawn after they are destroyed, or with the emergency helmet, which would increase resistance to staggering from turrets by 35%. I like that. I have 3 ebonies. I have 3 ebonies. I have 4 ivories. I have 1 Nostromo airlocks. 1 bloody party streamers. I have 3 survivor puddings. Oh. Cypress Memento Mori, and the offering has been retired. Grants 10,000 post-trial blood points upon performing any Mori on the last survivor. Oh. Why has this Cypress offering been retired? I don't understand why that one's been retired, because I thought there was a yellow one. And that one's like, grants the ability to kill 1 survivor who has reached the second hook stick by your hand during the next trial. And that one is grants the ability to kill all survivors who have reached the second hook stake by your hand during the next trial. And I also have 1 of Hawkins' laboratory so far. Interesting. I think this is funny that I put it on the Xenomorph because the Xenomorph isn't even a clown, and most people aren't afraid of clowns. I'm pretty sure that being afraid of aliens is more common than clowns because I'm not saying specifically this alien because this alien is 100% fake. Well, I mean, it might be like 1% real because there is technically like a very deep sea, teeny tiny little creature that has similarities to the xenomorph that we all know and love, or that we all know and tolerate, depending on if you love the Alien franchise or you hate it or you're somewhere in the middle. But this specific design here was all H.R. Giger. It might have been influenced by that deep sea creature and a few other things like bugs and other stuff, but this creature here, this amalgamation here is like 100% not real. So it's kind of funny that I have chlorophobia on them. And of course I have to have one of the pigs and one of the ghost face perks because they're my other 2 favorites, mostly Ghostface. I like this one the most of all of his. And then I think I like this one most because any regressing generator will be highlighted in white. And if the regression is interrupted on a generator, it will be highlighted by yellow, so. But yeah, and then I have to have Lightborn because everybody flashes me. It's like, all I want to do is be pet as Xeno. I am literally a Xeno kitty. Just pet my head and you can live. You flash me, I'm going to pursue you, and I don't care if I lose or not. I'm going to pursue you if you flash me. Don't flash me and you'll live. I will 100% let you live if you don't flash me. Just pet my damn head. Literally the most perfect head for petting. The Xenomorph has the most perfect head for petting because it's elongated and it's smooth. It's got a smooth carapace. You can just pet it all day long. Oh, I see. Hi. I need to send via this right now. What the hell happened? What did I do? So someone asked me what my writer tag is at the moment, and there's someone on like X Twitter, so I'm confused as to what's wrong. Oh. If he has a screenshot of the account, I can probably tell him whether that was my ex-boyfriend's account or not. Because apparently he hasn't touched the accounts that have layouts made by me. He's just ignored them. And it's like, you do realize you could change them to a Star Wars account because you're so fucking obsessed with Star Wars. I'm pretty sure your your little Ahsoka mun would just adore it if you made a child of Anakin and Ahsoka with that account. Like, oh my god, she'd be in love with you. Eh. She was 14 when they met. I'm sorry, but I don't like Ahsoka. Number one, it's disrespectful to fucking Padme, and number two, Ahsoka was 14 when they met. Anakin was an adult when they met. That is very disgusting. Yeah, sure. When Padme and Anakin met, she was a teenager, but I mean, they were both minors. And she wasn't actually interested in him that way until Attack of the Clones when he was 19 and she was 24. Okay? They were both of age. He fell in love with her as a kid, and she slowly but surely fell in love with him 10 years later. So, you know. I'm sorry. I am very much pro Anakin and Padme. I'm pro Amidala. Like, number one, it's canonical. Number two, they have twins together, which is canonical. And number three, it's fucking canonical. I know we're technically on Dead by Daylight and literally have a xenomorph on the screen, but I had to say it. So what am I supposed to do with this? Is it just gonna leave, or can I get like blood points from it or something? Cause like, why just leave it in somebody's like little bank here if it's not gonna be used? You know what I mean? I think I might actually just do my writing. Say fuck it and just, do all my writing and stuff. Put it on talk right now. What the fuck? Why does the game keep crashing when I exit out of it? What the hell is Squad 44? I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm not playing that. Why is the window capture not working? Excuse me. There we go. I might do this for a little while, or at least until my phone is charged, which it's at 84% right now. So I mostly did this so I could get my why that says still says Valorant is ridiculous, but whatever. Um just chatting. No, turn it to just chatting. Come on now. Work, damn you. Thank you. Jesus Christ. I have no idea what OP means. Let's see here. What should I do some editing on? I could do some editing on this. I have a portion of this episode. It's season 1, episode 2, 3D destruction. Don't know why that 0 was there. So for some reason, I have this cute little crush on the character of Melbourne O'Reilly. Don't ask me why, I just do. It's not really as like debilitating as like my Ghostface or Omen crush, but I figured Kimberly, which is my main OC, would be very interested in him. I mean, her brother talks about him all the time. She's read some of the magazines with him in it. She's seen what he looks like. Now she's meeting him in person, and he's just as freaking awesome, except for, tracking the beasties by what they leave behind. That's a little gross to her because, she's a girl, but she gets it. That is, like, the easiest way to, track people, so. Or track animals, I should say. So this is where they all go. This is where the gang goes with Melbourne into the mines to go check out the mines because they're looking for the dinosaur. Um, and I actually started it where Shaggy steps in animal poop, which is bat poop. Um, it's definitely not dinosaur poop. I I don't know why, but I kind of made. I decided that Kimberly was gonna be a vampire. I have kind of like two different lores for her. I guess you could say that Where Are You and What's New are completely different lore from Mystery Incorporated. Mystery Incorporated is in its own little universe, and then the rest of the universes are actually connected to each other. Or, they could actually all be real. Although for Mystery Incorporated, I kind of made her like a brunette. She's supposed to be a brunette because she's supposed to be the son of not son. Sorry, she's supposed to be the daughter of Mayor Jones from Mystery Incorporated. So she's not actually Fred's sister in Mystery Incorporated. She's his adopted sister. Um, which I realize is kind of difficult now that I'm using Claire Holt as an FC. Claire Holt is most well known for her portrayal of Rebecca Michelson from the Vampire Diaries universe, the originals and legacies and stuff. Um, and I decided to make her a vampire just mostly because Claire Holt plays Rebecca Michelson. And Rebecca Michelson is a vampire, so it's kind of easier if she's a vampire that way. I can still use the more vampy gifts, for roleplay purposes. But I guess that could just be where are you and what's new, or that could just be what's new. So I originally created her for what's new, actually. I was watching What's New one of these days, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make a little sister of Fred. I want to be Fred's little sister. And I guess it was semi influenced by Melbourne O'Reilly, and my slight crush on him. So she was created. And then it was like I found that almost every single episode of What's New, there is a guy that she crushes on, or that he crushes on her. She ends up giving him her number. Happens in the first episode with Chris Klug. It happens in this episode with Melbourne. Um, I have Simple Plan. So she helped save Simple Plan. Obviously, the Mystery Inc. solved the mystery, and because she's Simple Plan's biggest fan. Like she's their number one biggest fan ever. Like she calls herself that, right? So if you remember back from the Riva Rodriguez episode with Rufus Rockus, and how Daphne squealed her head off when Fate's Fools came out. That was Kimberly when she saw Simple Plan in the flesh. She was squealing her head off and was trying to resist hugging every single one of them when they first met. When Mr. Inc. came across the damaged bus and everything. And of course, she was like the first person that was just like, we have got to help them. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Like, she was the driving force of helping Simple Plan because, number one biggest fangirl. And at the end of the episode, because she helped save them, they give her a lifetime access. They give her lifetime backstage access to hang out with them at their concerts. For free. For life. And of course, she asks if her brother and her best friends can come with her, and they're like, yeah, totally. They helped save me. All of them are like, they helped save us, just like you did. And she's like, even our doggy? And they're like, yes, even your cowardly dog. Or something like that, to that effect. And she just, she hugs Pierre, who's the singer, and then they all gather and hug her back. Like, all of them, group hug her. And that's the end of the episode, so she's kind of a flirty character, but not really. I think it's the vampire in her that makes her flirty. I think that's the reason. I think that's the reason that I'm giving as to why she's so flirty sometimes in episodes, because she's got a little vamp in her, and vampires are usually known for being flirty characters, especially if you take the Bela Lugosi and the Dracula from 1992, Gary Oldman's Dracula. They are very romantic. They're very gothic, very romantic, very interested in being in the romantic field, basically. So. With Chris Klug, it was just like an episode only thing type of thing. It was just that one event. But with Melbourne, they actually flirt with each other in both episodes that Melbourne shows up in. And she's like devastated when she realizes that Melbourne is the mummy She's just like, oh my god, how could you do this to us? How could you do this to me? And he's like, I have no idea why. And it's because he was hypnotized. So. Of course, Kimberly's intelligence is not as so her intelligence is kind of all over the place. Most of the time she's in between Velma and everybody else with her intelligence. So I guess you could say she's kind of like Daphne. Although Daphne has her moments of being so stupid that it drives me bonkers. But then in some episodes like the clown episode where Velma just does a 180 and turns into a completely different person because chlorophobia, Kimberly actually becomes the smartest one. 'Cause she was actually the one that figured out that it was the father, not the son. She knew that Shaggy was in the right direction, but wrong member of the family. Also, her colors would be pretty much Draculaura's colors, which is like a hot pink or like a dark pink with black, and also have white as accents because she's got to match her brother. She's got to like, because she's the blonde little sister of Fred, so her blonde hair, her blue eyes, and the white accents in her outfits match her brother. She's also the only one. So here, like it says right here, with so many choices, Velma sighed. Which way do we go? Daphne asked. I think we should split up, Fred said. Well, I'm going with Melbourne, Daphne smirks. Me too, everyone exclaims, standing beside Melbourne. Well, everyone but me, that is, because I'm doing it in first person. I was leaning against the side of the mines. I was confused. That's not splitting up, I commented. And then he basically says the same thing, but then he says, the cutie and I will go one way, you girls go with Fred here, and Shaggy and Scooby, you make one vigorous team. And of course, she freaks out like, what? Because, like, she's confused. Why is he calling me cutie? I mean, sure, I am cute, but, like, I didn't instigate anything. I'm just over here quietly crushing on the guy. Like, that was all him. And then he corrects himself and is just like, she and I will go this way. And I haven't exactly finished it because I haven't gone around to it yet. But there's just sneak peek of Scooby-Doo. I mostly have stuff done for Harry Potter and sci-fi related stuff. Mostly Alien. Oh, and I do have quite a bit of crime dramas. Jesus Christ. Stop it. Stop it. You know what? I hate this. I need a new mouse. I need a new computer. I need $10 to change my name on Xbox / Microsoft. Because it's Xbox specifically. I need $13 reoccurring payment for fucking YouTube. Because I'm getting sick and tired of the fucking ads. They drive me nuts. Of all the ads that I've had to deal with watching YouTube since I lost the premium, only one has actually interested me. It was because it was like a huge snippet for this like audio book type thing or audio story thingy majigger with this mobile app that you can download. It was an interesting story. It's called My Vampire System. And it's kind of like a superhero / supernatural. It's like a supernatural superhero story. And I was intrigued by it. But that's literally the only one. The rest of them, I'm like, could you shut the fuck up? I don't care about this. I don't care about that. Oh my god, why are you giving me food ads? You're making me hungry. I can't buy that. I don't have money, and my family doesn't have money either. So it's like, it drives me nuts. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to suffer without it. Oh, there is always the Blade Verse. Although they're not over here right now. They're in a different folder somewhere else in like sorting and shit. I have a lot of different fan stories that I have here. Although this one needs to have a complete overhaul. I need to completely rewrite Comatose. Because I realized everybody is in love with Mike and almost everybody ships him with Sam. And me having Vanessa who's like truly in love with him and then have him truly fall in love with her is not good. Pisses people off. So I have to rework it. I have to rewrite it. And I created a love interest for her because that's usually the only way that I can ever have characters, have my character have somebody to love is if I create my own. But I guess at that point I should just, write novels. But what's funny is I can't finish novels. I can finish fan shit, but I can't finish fucking other stuff. This is the only one that I don't really have to fix at all. I did some editing the other day that like cleaned up a few things, but other than that, it's a perfect story all by itself. My reimagining for Predator is actually really short compared to my reimagining of Aliens because I don't have a character in the entirety of the movie. It starts with a prologue with my daughter of Dutch and Amy. And they're saying goodbye to Dutch because he's going to work, you know? And then it cuts into the middle of the movie where you meet Anna because that's where my Predator OC comes from, is she's Anna's sister, Estefania, who falls in love with Pancho, so I let Pancho live. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't remember what the fuck this is supposed to be. I know this is Alien Isolation. This is AVP 2010. This is AVP 2, I think. That's AVP 1. Or these two are flipped. That's Colonial Marines. So what the fuck is the clones? The fuck is the clone? I don't remember what the clones is. These are games. That's not So wait. I don't have Aliens Fireteam Elite here. Is that what it's supposed to be? Is that what Aliens Fireteam Elite is supposed to be? Because, like, Aliens Fireteam Elite is not just, like, it's not clones. Like, if it was Fireteam Elite, I'd probably call it something to do with, like, files of the ship itself. Or the story based off of my character. Like, I do it, like, the way that I did the other AVP things. No, that's not the one I wanted to go into. See, sometimes my brain doesn't fucking work. Oh, this is literally the end of the fucking, this is the end of, yeah, that's why there's that there. Because I actually finally rewrote the ending to it. I also have another scene from Colonial Marines where It's like finding dog tags, and it's like closer to the beginning of the movie. Well, I guess it's a movie to me when I watch somebody else play it. The beginning of the game where Keys is actually alive. I am totally an Ellen Ripley and Dwayne Hicks chipper. I totally believe that if Alien 3 had never happened the way that it happened, they would so totally be honorarily married, and that they would be raising Newt. And then Faye, of course, which is my character. I made a little sister of Newt. I have a lot of characters. So. So yes, the 5-year-old girl is gonna call him daddy because he's the only daddy she knows now. Her biological one got face hugged. Yeah, where there's clones. There are clones in the Colonial Marines. I made the clones. So I have no idea what the hell this is. Oh, now I remember what clones are. Oh, it's supposed to be like reimagining the fucking DLC for Colonial Marines, I guess. That's what it is. Because that's where the clones mainly show up, is with that. So. That's better. I made a lot of typing mistakes because I did this like really, really fast. Until my Youches removed it. Jasmine is such a proud character. I don't know how I came up with the character of Jasmine. Um, because she's so totally the opposite of me. She has a lot of the same mental health problems as me, but she's like the complete opposite of me. She's a very proud, sometimes vain character. She's very strong-willed. She's very headstrong. She's like she's leader. She's a leader. She's very good at leadership. I suck at leadership, but I still love my character anyway. She has great grandchildren too. Unfortunately, this kind of removes the whole impact of Hicks and O'Neill being the same because they both lost a girl to fucking chest bursters and Wailing Utani, but I don't give a fuck. Ellen Ripley should never have died. I mean, Alien 3, for that particular reason, is actually a good ending point. We should never have gotten anything after Alien 3, especially with how abysmal it was and how everybody hated it so much. There should never have been another attempt. But Hollywood being Hollywood and the stupid studios needing more money, we got Resurrection. But, you know, there is no way that I could save Bella. Like, if you could save Bella, please tell me, because I would love to implement that. But if you cannot find a way to save the character of Bella, then O'Neill gets screwed. I'm sorry, but and like Jasmine is not infallible. Just because she's prideful and a bit vain doesn't mean she's infallible. I mean, yes, her Yautja are infallible because Yautja medicine and you know technology and shit is like 100 times more advanced than ours. But like, how is Jasmine supposed to know about Bella Clarison when she doesn't even know about she didn't even really know what Ashley was doing until probably after the events of Bella. You know, I should probably rewatch that, but unfortunately, I don't want to rewatch it without ads. So it's gonna be a while until I can maybe get. Because I think what I'm gonna ask for Christmas is a bunch of tank tops, jeans, and enough to pay for YouTube Premium for maybe, I don't know, a couple months. I wonder. I wonder what the prices are. I'm checking it on my phone because I don't want to get in trouble with Twitch or YouTube or whatever. I just don't want to get in trouble. So I'm going to check it on this. Yeah, 12 months is ridiculously high. $139.99 for a year. That is ridiculous. $140 for 12 months of YouTube Premium. That is literally ridiculous. So it's $13.99 a month. So I get to do math off screen. So 3 months would be $41.97. So that's not bad. And then I could re-watch the person that I watch play it. That way I don't have the interruptions. And see about the storyline because I don't remember the entirety of the story because it's been quite a while since I've watched Colonial Marines. I went through a phase where I was watching the YouTuber that I watch for these videos. I watched his Alien Isolation stuff, and then I watched his AVP, but I didn't really watch Colonial Marines, and I didn't really watch Stasis Interrupted either. That's the DLC for Colonial Marines. So I need to revisit that. Maybe I can save Bella. Maybe Ashley could actually. Because the way that I was writing it is that Ashley kept trying to be like, hey, will you listen to me? Can I say something? Can I say something? And Winter and O'Neill and Cruz just were ignoring her. Or specifically, O'Neill wasn't listening to her, and Winter wasn't listening to her. So Bella ended up dead because they wouldn't listen to her. Because I think that's what I actually write here. Um, so Jasmine, basically says that if she had known she would have had her saved. Of course, a Ripley never breaks their word unless they're forced to. And she even says if it'll make you feel better, you may punch me. She can take it. So I literally have Ash saying, Ashley, if you three had just listened to me, I'd have explained everything right then and called Jasmine, you know? And saying that she should have called her immediately because they needed help. Because almost as soon as I guess I should have had the character call Jasmine as soon as the bridge collapsed between Sulaco and Sephora. That little the tube thing that they walk in to get from one ship to the other. I don't remember what that's called right now because it's been a while since I've watched the game. Okay, I could look it up, but what's the fun in that? Um, but I mean, this is kind of like a character arc. It's kind of like a character arc, a growing moment for Ashley here. That all she cared about in that moment was getting her brother back. So basically, the backstory that I gave to the Hicks family is that their parents worked for Weyland Yutani, and they saw something, they did something that they weren't supposed to do, or something that pissed off Weyland or Weyland Yutani, and Wei had them murdered in front of Dwayne and Ashley. By the way, Ashley was like 5 or 6, and Dwayne was like 10. So they were quite young. So they ended up being orphaned to Wei, who weren't very nice to Ashley. They let Dwayne pretty much like have a semi-normal life afterward, and then he went straight into the Colonial Marines. Ashley, on the other hand, it seemed like they wanted to like brainwash her and control her and treat her like property instead of a child. So she kind of has like psychological problems. So she's very attached to her brother. And when she heard about, the incident on Ashron, LV426, like obviously she only cared about her brother. She didn't really care about anybody else. Which I guess that is her selfish trait. And she learns to not be so selfish after these events. I guess because of the Bella death and O'Neill's, you know, strong feelings about it. I guess that's the reason why I don't save Bella and why this happens here. And now that she realizes that since she saved Ripley, which means her brother can be happy, O'Neill gets screwed because the person that he loved or had a relationship with is no longer alive. And it's because human technology and medicine are not as advanced as Yautja, and she was so selfish that she didn't think to call Jasmine sooner to get her to help with her Yautja. So it's like a little growing moment, I guess. And also, even though violence is not the right answer, technically Ashley is right. If O'Neill is going to be mad at anyone, he should be mad at Ashley. Actually, technically, he should be mad at Whaley and Tawny because they're the ones that started this bullshit. But in the immediate vicinity, Ashley is technically the one to blame because she didn't call Jasmine immediately and said, "Hey, we have someone with a chest burster. We need the Yautjas," you know? Do what you did to Ellen Ripley, basically. This is the reason why Ashley exists, by the way. That and of course Hicks, because who wouldn't want to be who wouldn't want to be Ripley first of all and be his love interest, and second of all, who wouldn't want to be his little sister? That's a badass big brother. I'm pretty sure every little girl in the world would want a badass big brother like Hicks. I would. Actually, I technically had a badass older brother, but unfortunately, the wars in Afghanistan killed him. So pointless wars that we weren't supposed to be in because we stuck our nose in places where it doesn't belong. The U.S. is good at doing that, sticking our noses into places that where it doesn't fucking belong, and then we lose all of our American lives. Anyway, back to Alien, back to writing, back to fiction. Newt doing that is literally a ripoff from 3 Men and a Little Lady. I don't know why, but that scene where Sylvia and Tom Selleck's character, I can't remember his name right now, they share their kiss when they get married, and Mary just looks up at him and giggles. I don't know why, but that is like the perfect little kid thing to do. Like, and my Newt is more closer to the original script and the novelization of Aliens, where she's actually 6 years old. Or maybe I made her 7 or 8, but she's single digits. She's single digit kid, not like 12 like Carrie Henn was in the film. So, and then her sister is like younger than her, so her sister is 5. So she's at least a year older than her sister, if not like 2 or 3 years older, you know? With this scene, now all they need to do is find Amy and Dutch, and then the Ripley family will definitely once again be together again because Amy is missing. She's the only Ripley that's not there. You have Ellen and you have Jasmine, but you don't have Amy. Also, they don't have Kitty in that scene. I don't know if Jasmine would have told Ellen that she has children or not in that situation. Maybe. I don't know. And then I also have Blade Runner stuff. When is my phone going to be charged? Because I need to, like, restart my computer, too. Oh, I have 5% more to go. I have Blade Runner and Alien universes very intricately intertwined with each other. No, I have one for this too. Jenny was actually one of my original OCs. It started with Lucy and Star Wars in 2010, and I think a couple years later I made Jenny because I started watching Terminator 2 a lot, and I actually really liked Terminator 2. I never liked the first one because the first one scared me half to death when I was a kid. It still makes me so nervous that I can't finish it. And also when I was a kid, I didn't really like the love scene between Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor. I completely forgot their names for a second. That's all little kids usually don't like that. Unless they're little kids nowadays, which are exposed to literally everything sexual. Anyway. Actually, her name is not Tyler anymore. Her name is actually Roberts. Or no, actually, what it is her name is Tyler, but she had it changed after the events of Rise of the Machines to Roberts because then there's a reprogrammed Terminator that never dies and he like becomes Uncle Bob, which was the alias used in Terminator 2, which is kind of funny. This is Jenny is the perfect example of a character that was originally created as a love interest for a character and then became something else. She actually became John's best friend instead of his love interest, which I think works much better, especially if I'm going to add Rise in the Machines to that storyline. I said I should also watch Outlast. Someday play Outlast again. This is also like my newest one, so I don't have a whole bunch of stuff in here right now. Yes, I have a secret family for Voldemort. Get over it. That's like my chapter notes. Oh, that's right. Timeline stuff is births and when all of these games take place and how old Vanessa is with each event that happens. What did I name him again? Oh, Jackson, right. Obviously. Jackson is the character I had to create because of the whole Sam and Mike ship. And he pretty much goes wherever the hell Vanessa goes because he's in love with her. Duh. Fun fact, his birthday is literally the same birthday as one of my crushes named Jackson in school. It's kind of funny, but I don't care. It's not like he's ever gonna find out. Even if he does, by the time he does, the story might actually be famous. And then he won't have a reason to be pissed off with me. Because his birthday is famous, and so is his name. Yes, sometimes I do actually need information like this just to make sure that my brain is cooperating. And yes, I did take the time to actually look up when each game was released. So, yeah. Yes, I have an X-Twitter account for her. To keep it tied in with Millennium, that's why he's part of the Frank Black family. And this is why I need to change Comatose, which is what I call the main game of Until Dawn, because I decided he'd have to be there because it's his job to keep her demon from like lashing out at everybody else. He's essentially protecting everybody's lives. Because Josh decided to invite everyone. He gave everyone an invite, but some of the characters that were there in the previous winter when the twins died didn't want to go back. They were either too busy or too scared to go back up there. Vanessa happened to be kind enough to accept the invite, or happened to, decide to accept the invite, right? So Jackson had to go with her in order to keep her from, keep her demon from lashing out. And because he's not going to let her go alone, like, it's a romance thing, too. And so she didn't get bullied by Emily and Jessica, as Vanessa was invited by Beth and was only there to honor the invite because it was the polite thing to do. Yeah, that's right. So it wasn't Josh who invited her, it was Beth who invited her. Well, Beth invited her the first time, Josh invited her the second time. This is like exploiter stuff. Colony records or just that type of stuff. So it's not notes and useful info. Is it world building? No. Editing the excerpts. Duh. I'm an idiot. But that's okay. It's okay to be an idiot. Sometimes. Now, my brain kind of wants to do Star Wars, but like at the same time, I'm just like, no, I don't wanna. And this is where all of my Blade stuff is too. And I actually have part of the original Jurassic Park being written too. I have the T Rex escape here. Even as a 10-year-old, Jasmine was very wise for her age. Like she is a very intelligent character and gets very frustrated by characters like the lawyer in Jurassic Park and can't stand people like that. Like even the lawyer like actually drove her nuts. Oh, it's 100% now. I'll finish this first. So see, she's asking what happened to all the lights and her brows furrowed, so she's like she's curious in thought, you know? Jamie is just like, give me my dad. I am scared because she's 8. And of course, her mother just passed away in a very horrific murder, so that she ended up listening to because the assholes who murdered her mother woke her up. I actually liked the script. The script was a lot more interesting, but I think the script was a little more faithful to the book where Lex was younger and Tim was older. Because Lex kind of acts like a 5-year-old, to be completely honest. I mean, she acts like she's younger than 13 in the movie, too, but it's like really like younger than the way I portray Jamie in this movie. And obviously, Jamie just screaming daddy all the time is obviously very childish, but Lex seems a little more childish than that in the script. So I think it was a little more like the books where the brother and sister were flipped. The brother was older, the sister was younger. Gennaro. That's his name. Ronald Gennaro. I like how I did this with Jamie cuz like movie Grant is still not. So the way that I portray movie Grant in the beginning is the only child that he's ever been okay with so far until the events of Jurassic Park obviously was Jasmine because he was really good friends with Dutch and Amy. Like those are his good friends, right? So obviously their daughter is not going to be a problem because it's their daughter. Everybody else's kids, he doesn't want to have anything to do with them. I guess maybe another kid that's an exception to the rule before Jamie and before Lex and Tim in the events of Jurassic Park would be Jasmine's cousin Marina because that's in the same they're both in the Schaefer family. So obviously the Schaefer kids are not going to be a problem to Grant because he's friends with the family. So obviously he can handle those kids. They're fine. And that's mostly because Marina and Jasmine are very Jasmine is interested in, you know, paleontology. Not as much as Grant is and as much as Jamie becomes, but she is still interested in it and she will still sit there and listen to him ramble on about it and not have a problem with it. She knows how to pronounce Cretaceous and Jurassic, Triassic, Ash. Bleh. See, even I can't pronounce it, but Jasmine can, even as a little kid, you know? So, and then also when Jasmine ends up in his care, when both Dutch and Amy disappear, and then Dutch's brother Bear and his wife, who goes by Joan, disappear and end up leaving Marina with him. Obviously, he, you know, well, Marina hasn't been left with him just yet, because only Bear has disappeared. Joan is still there, raising Marina alone. But after these events, she's just like, Alan, could you take care of Marina for a little bit? I gotta go find my husband, you know. So Jamie actually started opening his eyes before he got to Jurassic Park. And then the whole event with Jurassic Park, where he had 4 kids he had to take care of, technically 3, because Jasmine can take care of herself, even though she's only 10 years old at this time, um, really opened his eyes and made him realize the kids aren't exactly that bad. It just depends on who parented them, it depends on the situation. So, this is so funny. What's to be scared about? It's just a little hiccup in the power. I didn't say I was scared. I didn't say you were scared. I know. This is an excuse, but it makes sense for Grant at this particular moment because he hasn't exactly realized that he is father material yet. He's still trying to deny it because paleontology. And I mean, yes, Jamie has technically been scared since the moment they met. And the only time she's not scared is when she's next to her father or can hold his hand, you know? Because, I mean, 8-year-old girl listened to her mother get brutally raped and murdered, and then, you know, thinks that the bad men who took her mother away are going to come get her now. So obviously she's a little on edge for an 8-year-old, you know? She's had to grow up pretty fast, but not super fast, you know? So. And of course, Malcolm being the smart character that he is, he realizes that Grant is not very good with kids, obviously. Duh. And that, sure, Jamie could just be scared because of what she just recently went through in the last, 48 hours. I think at this point in the movie, it's 48 hours, maybe 72. So it literally just a few days ago, she lost her mother. And instead of being able to live in the care of Indiana Jones, which is her uncle, so, you know, in the care of the Jones family, whom she's known her entire life, the government decided she had to go to her biological father because her biological father is still alive. So, obviously, that is a big change in her life. Losing her mother, listening to the horrible event changed her life too. Kind of messed her up in her brain a little bit. I know it would me. And then she just met her biological father and is getting to know him in the span of 3 days. So obviously things are, those changes are a little difficult for her to handle, especially as an 8-year-old girl. So, but Malcolm also understands that Grant needs to do a little better, but he's not going to say anything and be rude and start an argument because it's worthless. It's worthless to start an argument. It's worthless to tell him, hey, you should do better, because it's just gonna upset Grant. It's worthless. It's not necessary. He'll just understand. Come on, stop it. There we go, because that's not what happens in the movie. He says the boo, and then, yeah. Makes more sense for that to be together. Don't have to have the name Jasmine there, because then I could just use she, because she is a she, her. Sometimes it is so hard finding words that are like whimpering and crying and all this other stuff so that I don't have to use cry or cried or crying all the damn time. And a little more variety so it's not a sludge to get through. Like, oh my god, this is the same word to describe what this kid is doing. At least you get some, you know, creative wordplay. The infamous water scene. And see, Jasmine, even as a child, is very methodic in the way she thinks, in the way she uses her intelligence. And of course, hates people like Gennaro. Yeah, even she was smarter than the lawyer. The lawyer probably went to college for like 10 years to be a lawyer. She's 10 years old and is smarter than him. I really don't like this character either. I don't know why, but Gennaro is just the worst character in the movie. Well, second worst. I forgot. Nedry takes the cake on being the worst character ever because he's the reason why Jurassic Park failed. Because he shut down all of the systems. Or, well, he shut down most of the systems in order to get through the park and steal all of that DNA, and thus Hammond forcibly made Arnold um, shut down the entire system instead of just the systems he shut down. And I like using the she pronouns for Rexy because it's Rexy. Jasmine didn't like Jamie at first because Jasmine kind of liked being the only kid in Grant's life that he didn't hate, and now there's a new kid that might take her place because she's actually been living with Grant since she was 5. She's been living with him for a few years now. I mean, he is her uncle, like her honorary uncle, so. But she also realizes that, Jamie isn't exactly that bad, and also she's a terrified 8-year-old girl. So maybe she shouldn't be so mean to her. That's what she realizes. Where the hell does he think he's going? When you gotta go, you gotta go. That is one of my favorite Malcolm lines ever. Because it is so true. No shit, Jasmine. It's not electrified no more. Of course it's not. Boy, do I hate being right all the time. And I thought this was a perfect, because you see the way that he. So actually, I need to add something there. Whoops. Because, I mean, even in the movie, if you look really closely at Sam Neill's face, you can totally tell there's a little bit of a smirk that appears when he's looking at the Rex, but then it disappears back into a oh shit face. And I feel like this right here is the perfect time where he would actually whisper his daughter's name, because up until this point he's just been kind of looking at her, dazed and confused and a little worried, but his worry is slowly it's outperforming the dazed and confused feeling, to the point where he's actually truly starting to actually worry for his flesh and blood, instead of being confused as to what to do or what to feel about her in the situation. He's starting to be more worried about her. So it kind of makes sense that he would whisper her name there, but at the same time he sees the Rex in all of her glory, so of course a little bit of a tug has to, you know, a little bit of a smirk has to tug its way into the picture for just a split second, and then it goes back to, oh shit, it's escaped. I need to get to my daughter, you know? And Jasmine, because if anything happened to Jasmine, Amy and Dutch would kick the shit out of Alan Grant. And they don't care if he's a doctor of paleontology. They will kick his ass if they find out Jasmine got eaten by the Rex. Which, obviously, that doesn't happen. I mean, we literally just read a document from her future, so, you know. And also, I acknowledge that the whole, if you keep still, the Rex doesn't see you, because that's obviously inaccurate now. So I kind of acknowledge that, but at the same time, I have Grant kind of have blinders on and not realize that it can still see him without moving. Jasmine is the only one that never believed that fact that Grant said. That was the only one that she never believed, especially when she saw the Rex in person. It's like, I don't think movement counts. I think it can just see us even if we're not moving. But I have Rexy pretend not to see them until certain story beats. Duh, like in the movie. Which I think is very clever. Guess that makes me a clever girl. And I mean, the script actually shows that even Grant is not entirely sure if standing still is accurate or not, you know? Because in a quivery whisper, keep absolutely still. It's visions based on movement. Are you sure? Malcolm asked worriedly. There was a long pause. Relatively, Grant replied, knowing Jasmine would vehemently disagree with this. So, yeah. Even in the script, so he sounds more sure in the movie, or maybe I just need to watch that scene a little closer, like way closer than I usually do. There we go. So yeah, Jamie or Jasmine isn't infallible and isn't like an adult trapped in a child's body. She's still a child and can still be scared, but at the same time she knows that sometimes she needs to be brave or sometimes she needs to be the smart one in a situation. That's what she gleams from this entire event is that sure, she may be a child now, but sometimes but she will be an adult soon and sometimes she might have to take charge and be the stronger one, be the smarter one and, you know, give orders to other people who may be a little more scared than she might be and might be showing it more than she does. Cuz you can be mature and you can still be scared like in certain situations will still scare you even if you're mature or if you're an adult or whatever. It doesn't matter. Something will eventually scare you out of your mind. But if you are the type of character like Jasmine is, you are a take charger. You you know when to be brave and when to run away basically. Also the script kind of makes it seem like Lex might be like autistic a little bit. Because I mean, this right here kind of makes me think that she's a little autistic, but maybe it's because she's supposed to be younger. Maybe it's supposed to be in the book where she's younger. I haven't read the book all the way through because I never got through it because I kind of got stuck on like chapter 5. It was almost like a Stephen King book where it's like describing one little tiny detail in like 3 fucking full pages. It's like, "Oh my god." I've never finished a I've never finished a Stephen King book because of that. It's like, oh my god, could you not? Like, can we move on to the next little detail? Like, why you gotta take like 3 to 5 pages just to describe sand, basically? You know? I do have the audiobook and I do have a physical copy, so if I could ever find my physical copy again, I would probably try to do the audiobook again and follow along because that might help me finish it. Because, like, damn, can I not do it by myself? I need the help, damn it. You know? I wonder if someone would actually sit there and do that with me if I did it on stream. And I wonder if I'd get in trouble for it. Curious. I do like the script having more lines for Grant in this situation where he's slowly but surely turning into a father figure because I think it makes more sense instead of him just sitting there with his mouth dropped for several seconds, several like minutes there, and then all of a sudden he's rummaging in the back for the flare. Like, I don't know, it just seems kind of bland. Even though we have a T Rex trying to eat kids out of a car. I like that he just blurts out, "We gotta do something." I really like that. That's why I have it in here. And I like that Malcolm's like, "Well, what can we do?" You know, asks that, and he's glad that the paleontologist was finally warming up to the idea of children. But you know, even Malcolm is not sure how they're supposed to save the kids at this point. You know, even though he is a father. You know. And then this gave me perfect opportunity to showcase that his worry for his own daughter is like rapidly growing, and that he's worried about Jasmine as well too because Jasmine's not his, and he knows that her parents will be extremely angry with him if Jasmine does not survive. So he doesn't really want the wrath of a Schaefer or a Ripley. I mean, nobody wants the wrath of a Schaefer or a Ripley. Like, they are scary people, you know? So, So yeah, his own flesh and blood primarily on his mind, with the girl he was babysitting indefinitely right behind, and then the grandchildren of the man who brought him here, who brought him there behind her. So, of course, he's worried about Lexington because they're not his kids, and they are the grandchildren of the man who brought him there. You know, so of course he's worried about them because they're kids and not his, and they're the grandchildren of the very important man who brought him there. And then before them is Jasmine because Dutch and Amy can be very scary, especially Dutch. I mean, he took out a Yautja. Dutch took out a Yautja, and Ripley or Amy killed a bunch of xenomorphs, including the queen, because there is actually a queen in Isolation. We just don't ever see her. Um, the developers wanted to have a queen in there, but they felt like if we saw the queen, that it would have to be an alien style showdown. And that's not what Alien Isolation was supposed to be. Alien Isolation was more in line with the first film. So they decided to leave her in there, but you never see her. Sure, you're in the nest, but you never find her. But you can sure as hell hear her. She is one of the noises that you hear, sorry, in the nest sequence. So, which I think is really epic. So obviously Dutch and Amy are very badass and you don't want to piss them off, which means you don't want to let their kid die. And then of course Jamie is his own flesh and blood and he's her only biological parent left. And at this point, he's the only one that she's actually truly attached to. She's not yet attached to Ellie yet. She will by the end of the events, like the end of the movie, but she's not yet attached to Ellie yet. And she's almost attached to Jasmine. It's after the T-Rex escape. It's after this whole scene here that Jamie becomes attached to Jasmine. So at this particular moment right here in this paragraph, the only person that Jamie is attached to, other than the Jones family who are who are on the mainland, is her father Grant. Is her father Alan Grant. So then the looking around for and looking around and climbing over the sea and searching the area and stuff, him doing it frantically and tearing apart the back area and finding the metal case and everything, it feels more like it feels like he's more desperate in the script and in my version than it does in the movie. Sure, he's really desperate to save the kids, but at the same time it doesn't really feel. I guess I just like the drama in scenes like this. This is a very action-packed, dramatic, scary scene. There needs to be maximum action, maximum drama, maximum scares. And I think the script delivers on that much more than the movie. I think the reason why is because the movie was aimed more towards kids than the book was. So they had to tame a lot of scenes down so that kids could watch it too, because it's a PG movie. It's funny that it's PG. It should be PG-13. At least I'm pretty sure it's PG. Might be PG-13, but still. They had to tone it down quite a bit so that kids could watch it too. So I like that the script was originally intended to be slightly darker than the movie. It was a little more in between the book and the movie. But excuse me. And yes, I kept the continuity error because it doesn't make sense to fix it. So, deal with it. And this, and then after the events of Jurassic Park, Lex and Tim actually become good friends with Jasmine and Jamie, and eventually Marina. So it makes sense that Jamie would actually get attached to them too. And I mean, they're also in a very scary situation. So if one of them cries out in pain, Jamie is obviously going to be upset about it. Because I think I'm writing Jamie as an empath, even as an 8-year old. She's got a lot of empathy. So she feels a lot more emotion even when somebody else is in pain instead of just her, type of thing. She's an empath. Let's just leave it at that. And see, I have it where she decided to follow his moving arm and allow her eyes to lock on the flare. And like I know some of these little tidbit things are like taken from the Cinema Wins video that I've watched so many different times, but I agree with the Cinema Wins guy. Like obviously, yeah, you can totally tell he's got a little bit of a tug. You know, he has a tug of a smirk in his face. Grant does when he sees the full body of the Rex. I mean, anyone would be scared out of their mind, but also be like, "Wow!" at the same time. You know, be like both at the same time, which makes sense. You know, especially for a paleontologist. Paleontologists, you know, obviously they still prefer the bones in the earth, but at the same time, seeing one in the flesh and blood like that is kind of a big deal too. Not as a big deal as finding the bones, but yeah. And then this here, Malcolm, I even always thought that too, that Malcolm doing the hey, hey, hey over here, and then Grant's like, Ian, freeze! And he's like, get the kids! Like, him screaming, just get the kids, just screamed like, I'm gonna act as bait, I'm gonna be a self sacrifice, you get the damn kids, you save them, it's a win win. We're gonna win this, we're gonna be fine. Right? You know? That obviously felt like he was acting as bait to get the Rex to follow him, and that it was an obvious self sacrifice for the kids. Because, like, Malcolm is a dad. Like he says in the movie, he has 3 kids. And in my version, he has 4 because I have a daughter for him, which is the main character from Lost World. Um, so in my version, in my universe, he has 4 kids. So obviously, he loves kids. He likes kids, you know, as a father. He's a father. So obviously, he would want to protect the kids at all costs. And if that means sacrificing himself, I think he might actually do it, even though he's very full of himself. When it comes to children, I'm pretty sure he would do that. And that feels like what the that it feels like that in this scenario here. He just happens to get to live in this story. Excuse me. Jasmine ever being the smart leader is just like, help me out first, I need to help you, you know. Obviously, if you get me out first, I can take care of Jamie and then you can get the other 2 out. That's what she's thinking. Slowly but surely becoming a very affectionate father here. I decided that it would be a Scooby Doo backpack because it's like the only franchise I think that she would even care about as an 8-year old in 1993. Because obviously it can't be a Jurassic backpack because Hammond hasn't released any of the merchandise for it, obviously, and she's in the movie basically. She's part of that story, so obviously a Jurassic backpack wouldn't work. I don't think she would have a backpack for something like Terminator, you know. And Terminator exists in this universe too, so on this planet as well, I guess on the because I have different planets for different franchises, and Jurassic is fully encompassing the Aurora planet and actually becomes one with nature again, like in Dominion. So I don't know, Scooby Doo just felt right. And it's heavy because her mom put like 4 or 5 different completely filled notebooks that detail her life from the moment she met Grant to the moment of her death. So, and those she put those in there so that Alan would understand um why she didn't tell him about Jamie, and also to understand, for him to learn about Jamie's previous 8 years. And also, there is an entry that she does apologize to her daughter for what happened, even though it's not Willow's fault. She didn't mean to get herself killed, it just happened. So, see, I still have him say, "Don't move. It can't see us if we don't move." And yeah, Lex is supposed to be 11, not 13, apparently. I think. I think that's the. Yeah. And of course, I have Jasmine say, "I don't think that's a problem, but we'll go with it," because obviously that's one of the biggest inaccuracies of Jurassic Park that pisses a lot of people off. Is that the T Rex can totally see you whether you're moving or not, and that the whole "it can't see us if we don't move" thing is totally inaccurate and everybody hates it. So I kind of like leave it in there as like a Grant only thing. That Grant is just so stubborn he can't realize that it's not true. But there are other characters that are just like, I don't think that's a problem, but you know what? We'll go with it. It's fine. Sure. You're the resident dino expert right here, so we'll listen to you right now, type of thing. Because I think I even have that in a scene of Jurassic Park 3, which is the scene with the T Rex and its meal, and he's like, "Nobody move a muscle." And of course, Jasmine is doing her whole dinosaur whisperer thing, and it's just like, "We're sorry, we don't want your meal. We were just passing by. We were running away from the Spinosaurus," type of thing. And of course, it doesn't really matter whether they were moving or not. I just, because of the way the story is written, because Jurassic continuity, waits until I have the T Rex wait until Udesky runs away and then starts going after them. And of course, I have to save Grant's hat in this movie. I have to have Jamie hold on to it, whether, you know, I actually have her where she holds it between her teeth to get down or to be on like the wire and everything, and that even though he technically does get a new one for Jurassic Park 3, he actually still has the one from Jurassic Park that was between her teeth and everything, which her teeth actually put like molds in it, like put indentions in it, and that's why he like just hangs it up somewhere because you know obviously he doesn't really want to wear it because it's technically a ruined hat that has indentions in it, but he's not just gonna throw it away or get rid of it or burn it or something like that because her teeth impressions are in it. Her 8-year-old teeth impressions are on his hat. Obviously, he's not gonna get rid of that for sentimental reasons. And there's Jasmine working her dinosaur whispering abilities. And of course, Jasmine being the like she's she's technically an only child at this point. She doesn't have a sibling right now. So she's kind of got that only child righteousness going, but the events of Jurassic Park actually warmed her up and told her, other kids aren't really going to steal your spotlight. And even if they do steal it, they're not going to steal it all the time. And even then, you can still develop bonds with other kids and you can still be your stoic, stubborn, strong willed leader lady, you know? See, but the younger put the brim of Grant's hat between her teeth and followed the 10-year-old. I like this little extra tidbit where it's a little more detailed with Lex and Grant, where she's like hyperventilating and everything. And this is where I think they definitely in the script had it where she was the younger one, like in the book, because this is like very single digit age coded. Like, and this feels like a very natural response. I feel like, if Lex is a daddy's girl, that she would start canonically hyperventilating the word dad over and over and over again. That feels right for any age, to be completely honest. And for him to just like swoop in and like play father figure, that seems very natural here. And of course, Jasmine, even though she's only a 10-year-old girl, she can still give her honorary uncle praise because he's doing a lot better here. Best line, but that's not what I'm going to do. And this is where Cinema Wins was just like, and he says he would be bad with kids. I mean, all kids want to know is that you're not going to leave them, that you're going to protect them and not leave them, especially in scary situations like this. And of course, I have to have a little bit more growing moment between Jamie and Alan because they are the main. She is the main kid, actually. Jamie is the main child in the movie, in my version. It's no longer like shared between Lex and Tim. She is the main child because she is the daughter of the main character, and the main character is Dr. Alan Grant. And probably the second main child would be Jasmine, just because she's such a big influence in other franchises and it becomes such a bigger influence as an adult. All Jamie really does as an adult is work at Jurassic World and then does whatever Jasmine needs her to do. And that's kind of like what Grant does after Jurassic Park 3 is he basically works on Jasmine's ship until the whole Dominion thing. You know? He also does like digs on the side, but other than that, he's not really a main character after Jurassic Park 3. It's Jamie is more of a main character than he is. And then Jasmine's like the main character of the entire story. Like she's like the second she is the second most powerful female being in my universe. First is my writer OC. And I kind of made this mirror the scene prior in Montana because the not Secret Service, but the child, the people that work with like children and all of that crap, the stupid agent, that person. Well, he's not really. Well, he is kind of stupid, but he's mostly just mean. But after he drops her off, and she has Ellie, she gave Ellie the little note that Indy left for Alan and whoever is with him, so that counts as Ellie. And they read all that. Jamie starts crying because her little brain thinks that the bad men who killed her mother are gonna come find her and kill her too. Obviously, she's an 8-year-old. She's gonna think that. So he has, Ellie kind of nudges him like, "Come on, you can be a dad. It's okay. You can do this," you know. And so he kind of picks her up, and she just latches onto him, like holds on to him so tightly, and her body is like shivering, and she's crying. Everybody starts looking, like all the volunteers stuff look over at him like, what the heck is going on? Because she's screaming about bad men. So he has to calm her down. And he promises to protect her from the bad men. Here, he's promising not to leave her. That he'll be right back and that he just has to get Tim. And then, of course, Jasmine has a little more of a growing. It's just like, you know what? I'm going to have to, like, protect this girl, too. Because, like, you know. Okay. I said I would finish that document. And I finished it. So. I'm going to end my stream here. It is after 2 a.m. and I would rather watch more What's New Scooby-Doo. So. Yeah. Have a good night. And I will probably see you tomorrow. Because I will probably stream again tomorrow like I always do. So. Bye.